So monitoring and evaluation is a social science that actually deals with tracking progress, systematic tracking of progress on the different projects or programs. So right about now, I'll give you a proper and practical example of what M&E is in relation to what I do on a day-to-day basis. But then, before I go further, I'm going to say that I've got a background in education. My first degree at UNZA is a Bachelor of Arts with Education. But I was able to do monitoring and evaluation while I was at UNZA because we would have it from time to time. So this program is being offered at the University of Zambia. And right now, it's also being offered at UNILAS. You are able to do your master's program in M&E. So M&E is a systematic process used to track progress and assess performance and make informed decisions about different projects or programs that you could be probably undertaking. Let me give you a perfect example. If you have a farm and you are venturing into animal production, so before you do anything, you need to practice monitoring and evaluation. For this number of animals that I have, am I able to sustain them in terms of feeding? If let's say for example, you are doing zero grazing, so you know to say, in that month, how many balls of graze are we able to finish? Or if, let's say, you are doing a project that has to do with health retention, how many people are we able to give access to medication in that particular month? Or if you are undertaking a project that has to do with a perfect example, let me give a perfect example in relation to what I do, a solar project. How many people are able to benefit from this particular project that we are doing? Is it feasible enough that at the end of the project, or as we are undertaking the project, people are able to benefit? So you are able to assess how the project is able to do from the onset at the beginning of the project, during the project, that's midline, and until the end of the project. So for everything that you have to do, call it a business, whether it's farming, whether it's, it has to do with power utility, or if you're going to run a school, you need to practice M&E. Because you can't just be doing things as business to you. You need to account how much you are able to, let's say for instance, you've got workers that are working for you, so you're able to account how much am I supposed to put aside so that I'm able to pay these workers? How much money do I need for this project to run it efficiently? Whether you're talking about fuel, in terms of maintenance costs or production costs. So M&E is very important because it helps you to track progress as you are running the project. You are able to see the different mistakes that you would have made, and you are able to align to say, are we doing the right thing? It's not just about me doing what I want, but is it in tandem with what I want to achieve at the end of the day? So as you go on with the project, you'll be able to see that there are certain things that come by the way that you didn't expect, and you're able to manage them properly. For those things that you're able to achieve, those are the milestones, and then you learn from them and you replicate those lessons. So M&E is a very interesting field because it enables you to be able to run programs from the onset to the end, but it kind of gives you direction. Let's say, for instance, you want to move from Chikuni to Lusaka, and you've got a vehicle. So a practical example of how you can use your M&E is, you check the vehicle that you have. First of all, is the vehicle roadworthy? if the vehicle is roadless, do I have enough fuel? If I have enough fuel, do I have what it takes to drive from here to Lusaka? Otherwise, if you don't have what it takes, then you might start off Lusaka, you reach Monze, you don't have fuel. Then it actually means that you are not doing the correct thing because you are not planning. You start off from here, you reach Lusaka, the vehicle breaks down. It means that you haven't prepared enough and you haven't planned enough, because how do you start off from here to Lusaka? You don't have enough fuel, your vehicle is not roadworthy, and everything is invalid. Your vehicle taxes are invalid. So M&E, in a way, helps you to be able to plan from the onset, during the process, and until the end. So maybe one would wonder, if I started M&E, where would it take me? What would I do? I think recently there have been many job opportunities that have been coming up as a result of monitoring and evaluation. Before I joined ZESCO, I was working for an organization called Right to Care, a consortium of Equip Zambia under USAID, where I was working as M&E officer. So there we had different indicators that we were looking for. We were dealing with an HIV/AIDS project that had to do with how many people are HIV positive in that particular area, how many people do we have that are negative, how many babies are born that are positive, or how do we prevent the number of, how do we prevent children from being positive. So M&E, you're able to apply M&E, and in a way, it helps you to have direction about the things that you should do and the things that you shouldn't do. So for many questions that you might have, I'll be more than ready to answer them during the session. Otherwise, thank you very much.